All right, evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening. Tuesday night, hot day today. Hey, jish, proper summer today after a few cold days in October. But for me, I love the heat. It reminds me of summer. It gets me energized again. Holidays are around the corner. December's, what, 23 days away? 23 days to December. Can you handle it? That's how soon. That's including weekends. And we are going to be in December. So I'm happy. And I'm excited to tell you this evening about what we do here at DuePoint. There's this phenomenon occurring around the country right now, which is the DuePoint phenomenon. And tonight I'm going to spend 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes with you talking about it. We are loving what's happening. We're loving what we're seeing happening in the lives of people. We want you to get involved with us this evening. So to start with, DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We are a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company. You can find us on the JSE under Conduit Capital. You can find all of our licensing at the Financial Services Board, as well as our associations with the DSA and the DMA here in South Africa. Take some time afterwards. Go and take a look next to the front door. You'll find all of our certificates of our associations around there. We want you guys to go away and do some research. Get comfortable with what we are doing here at DuePoint and how we are doing it, because we want you guys to know that what we're trying to do is genuine and real here in South Africa. We are a 65-year-old insurance company, so this is not a startup company at all. 1952 was the first registration of Constantia Insurance Company. So we've been in the industry for 6.5 decades now. It'll be 66 years next year. So again, you're not dealing with a startup. We want you to have trust and comfort in us here. Folks, we are an authorized and registered financial services provider as well. And I also want you to get to know the team that's here. It's important that you get to know us. Why? Well, mainly because we are actually here. If any of you have ever been involved in direct selling or network marketing before, you know that 99% of the time it's from somewhere overseas. You know, especially down the east coast of South Africa, you get all the Chinese and Japanese and Australia and you know that sort of. And then in more central South Africa, you get all the American and the Russian and the UK. Now, this is a homegrown South African business. You will find me and my staff here Monday through Saturday in this building. We have a call center, email addresses, faxes, telephone numbers, and a physical address, as you can see. We want you to have that sense of comfort knowing that you're dealing with a South African company here and not some strange foreign entity. This is me over here, Brendan Benfield. I'm the senior executive here and the founder of this division of Constantia, chartered accountant, been in this industry for 20 years. This is Tim. Tim's our banking expert. He's been in the banking industry for about 15, was working for the First Rand Group, reporting to the CEO before we brought him across here. We've got Stacey. She's out of Deloitte, worked both locally and internationally with them before she came to us here. We've got Jane. Jane's our direct selling expert. She grew up overseas. She's from England, but spent the last decade here with us and has many, many years of experience in direct selling and brings that international experience to the team here. Then we've got Rob. Rob's our design guy. Ran his own digital design firm for 20 years called Wired, which focused and specialized in the financial services space, which is what we're going to be talking about tonight. And so he has designed everything that you see, feel, and touch here. But as I said, the most important aspect of the DuePoint team is that we're actually here. This is a South African team. You can find us at any point of time when you want us and need us. We're a phone call away or a walk into our office away. So what is it that we do at DuePoint? Well, our primary objective, our passion, the reason the business was built and designed is so that we can be part of the economic solution in South Africa. Right now, if you've read any of the economic reports, we are in big trouble in South Africa. Last week, Nedbank released their economic report, and it was scathing of the South African economy. Scathing. We're in big trouble as individuals here. Now, what we want to do as part of the solution is we want to bring a genuine and real income-earning opportunity tool that we can put in the hands of South Africans. A proper tool that's in their control, that doesn't create here today, gone tomorrow income, but reliable and stable income in the hands of South Africans. Now, this is something we don't have. You might have a full-time job and believe that your income is reliable and stable. Well, as we learn all the time, it's not. Someone else is controlling our income. They tell you how much you're going to earn when you start your job. They tell you what increase you're going to get at the end of the year. They tell you if you're going to get a bonus, and they ultimately will tell you if you're retrenched or fired. You sit on the sidelines as all of this happens. Someone else will also tell you whether you're promoted or not. We have no control over our income, particularly in full-time employment. In the economy, we sit as bystanders, don't we? We watch as prices rise, inflation rises. They tell us it's 6%, but we know it's 20%. Have you seen the cost of food? the cost of clothing, the cost of cars. Things are getting out of control. But what size increase are you going to get this year? 3%? 6%? Maybe lucky 10%? That's half, at 10%, half of what the inflation rate actually is for us as consumers in South Africa. And is there anything that any of us here in South Africa can do about it? Nope, nothing at all. We are left powerless in our economic situation. In our own personal finances, we have no control over it. We got a couple of options. One is full-time employment. We know we're not in control of that. We could leave that and start and run our own businesses. Anyone here got the capital, experience, connections, qualifications, and stomach for the risk for start your own company? No. About 10% of South Africans will start their own businesses. Less than a fraction of a percent will succeed. Okay, so that scratched that option off the list. So we are not left with anything else other than these things that are coming from China and Japan and Russia and America and all of that. Are we not? Well, we wanted to change that. As a 65-year-old insurance company, we wanted to bring a genuine solution to the hands of South Africans. And that is what our primary objective is. We create this tool and we put it in your hands, and in it we create recurring and stable income for you. And because we're able to do that, you're able to start fixing the personal financial position that you're in. We start by getting rid of the debt in your life. Every one of us has got debt. I don't even have to sing the song. You know it. In every possible format, you've got debt. Home loans, car loans, credit cards, retail accounts. You know, you can buy your groceries at Pick and Pay on credit now, you know, so that your kids will pay for food you ate. No? You know, that's what's going to happen. You can get any one of the Edgar's, I think, is in trouble. You don't have to worry about paying that one back. Stutterford's, we know, is gone, so that one's fine. You can cut that card up. Folks, we've invented debt to survive because, like I said to you, you're earning less than you need to survive. Prices are increasing way faster than your income. Now, with this tool, we put controllable, reliable income in your hands, which allows you to start bridging, using a different bridge between what you earn and what you need to survive. And ultimately, hopefully take you a little bit further than that. But we eliminate this debt question with what we're trying to achieve here. The second objective that we have at DuePoint is that we want to create a different kind of financial services company, one that has a pipeline from its customers into the heart of our business. We want you to not only be able to see the workings of our industry and our business, we want you also to be able to be in permanent contact with us so that we can communicate, educate, put experience into you in this industry that we're in. Right now, the financial services industry is blocked off. It's just got huge barriers to entry around it because of the massive amounts of regulation that surrounds it. And what we've done is we've created an entry point for you, a window into which that you can look into this industry. Now, those two objectives put together create for us what we call the DuePoint system. DuePoint system is where you come in. Super simple. What it does is it allows you as an individual to contract with us as what we call wealth engineers. As a wealth engineer, you have one task. Not selling, not advertising, not advising, not brokering or agenting, none of these things. The one task you have for us is simply the connection of individuals to us here at DuePoint. As you connect individuals to us, you create market penetration for us. Market penetration leads to new channels of distribution for us into which we can facilitate the purchase of our products. We as DuePoint do that. We do the selling. We sell the products into these channels you create. And when we do that, your income is born. Now, what we do is we create revenue through the sales of our products. That revenue translates into the recurring extra income that I've just been talking about for you. Now, this is the cornerstone of our business. It's the fundamental of what we built. When we sat down and we built DuePoint, we said we do not want to create a system where you earn one day and you don't earn the next. So we can't be peddling goods here. We don't sell creams and milkshakes and pills and things like that where you've got to run to your friends every month and beg them to buy. Because they're not going to buy every month, which means that your income is up, and then it's down, and then it's up, and then it's down. But what is constant is your expenditure, because you've got to buy the stuff and cart it around every single month. That's not the way it works at DuePoint. We use financial services and lifestyle products. They're all run on debit order systems, automatic debit order systems, which means you speak to each person once. And after that, every month, the debit order is raised, and every month, no matter your personal circumstances, every month, the debit order runs and your income comes in. It's the cornerstone of our system, that reliable, stable income. We layer that with your ability to leverage others. We know you don't have a lot of time. Nobody has time. So cross that one off as an excuse. Everybody's got no time in South Africa. We're all working our backsides off for less than what we need to survive. Okay? What we have created is your ability to leverage other people's time and energy and thought in our system to have an entire team work towards your success and your income in our system. Now, what's important to note, folks, is that this is not an employment opportunity. We are not hiring here. We don't sponsor, we don't recruit at DuePoint, contrary to what you might see on Facebook. We certainly don't need any more staff members, and you are not the latest advisors of DuePoint. You are free from all of that responsibility in the DuePoint system. We simply put a tool in your hands, a tool that you can use to create income. We put it in your hands, and we say, here, go and use it. Use the tool to create income, and use it when you want and how you want. I'm never going to call you. I've had some people moan at me before, Brendan, you never call me to talk to me. No, I'm not going to call you to talk to you. This is your tool. You use it when you want. You're independent of us in the system. Now, there's no risk in becoming a wealth engineer, ladies and gentlemen. None at all. We tried our best to eliminate financial risk from you. All of these things that we get and see getting involved in South Africa and are designed 9 out of 10 times to take our money away from us. You've all been involved in it. You know what it's like. You've burnt every time. Just pay this amount to get in. Just buy this starter kit. Just pay this monthly fee. Just pay these application form fees. There are none of those costs in the DuePoint systems. There is no premium for being a wealth engineer. By being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer. Automatically, there's no additional cost. So your risk at DuePoint is not the risk, is not a financial risk. There is a price to pay. We'll talk about it in a moment, but it is not a financial price that you pay in the DuePoint system. You also do not require any qualification or experience. Remember I said to you, you're not brokers, you're not agents, you're not selling, you're not advertising. You do none of these things. I heard a client service call today. One of my ladies was calling somebody who'd done all sorts of adverts over Facebook about DuePoint and said, take them down. And he said, no, I'm advertising DuePoint. He said, no, you don't advertise DuePoint. That's not what you do. You're free from all of that. Your task is simply to connect individuals to us. And therefore, everybody can become a wealth engineer in South Africa. You are, however, building a real asset, which you have not done in the past. Your employment is not an asset. When you die, your children cannot take it over. They will not benefit from the employment that you had. Many of these other things where you're selling bits and bobs each month, the moment you stop, there's no more income coming in. With DuePoint, because it's a debit order system, because the income comes in regularly every month and automatically, you now have an asset that you can price, an asset that you can sell, and an asset that you will hand over to your children one day. The complete opposite experience to the general South African experience, isn't it? What are you going to hand over to your children when you pass away right now? You are going to give them something. You're going to give them a minus balance. It's called debt. Your debt doesn't disappear when you die. It goes on to your children. They've got to pay for the car you bought. They've got to pay for the clothes you wore. And thanks to Pick and Pay, they're going to pay for the food you ate. That's what's going to happen. They're going to pay for it when you pass away. And so instead of them starting on naught, which at least would be something to start on, they now start in a minus position. Okay. With DuePoint now, you create an asset that will be handed over to your children that generates income. The income you created during your lifetime. That is legacy that you leave behind for them, that they now get and continue to earn, and they can take that asset you built and make it even bigger if they so choose to be. That's how we want to change the South African economy. It's how we want to be part of the solution, by not only giving you income, but creating something that rolls from generation to generation in South Africa. That is the asset that you create here at DuePoint. It is not like anything else you've seen before, which I love. I love it when people come here and go, this is just like this other. It's not. DuePoint is in no way anything like anything you've seen before. It is completely different. It is your economic solution in the current circumstances that we find ourselves in and are trapped in here in South Africa. We're all in it together. Folks, it is a system of convenience. We understand that some of you have many objections to network marketing. Ugh. Now there I said it. You see, it gave me children. Network marketing. Okay. You all know. When you say it, I can see it in the audience. There's always somebody, and they're like, I don't care if this will earn me $1 million a day. If it's network marketing, I'm not doing it. Why? Because mainly they're embarrassed about it. Why are they embarrassed? Well, there's a couple of key things that they're embarrassed about. And we sat down and we said, how do we get rid of all of these things that make people embarrassed? Well, the first thing is selling. People hate selling. They hate it. It's the number one thing that I have found in life people hate doing. And so we eliminated all sales. There are no sales at DuePoint. You're never ever going to have to convince anybody to buy anything at DuePoint. Secondly, there's no presenting. People are afraid of presenting. No problem. Okay, you know, the number one fear on earth is public speaking. You know that. And second is death. I'm not joking. That's the research, okay? People are more afraid of public speaking than dying. So right now, I'm doing the bravest thing on earth. Okay? That's what I'm doing right now, okay? People are less scared of bungee jumping and skydiving than they are of public speaking, okay? You do not need to worry about public speaking. There is absolutely no presenting of the DuePoint opportunity outside of this room. There are only two people that do it, Rob and myself. But we've given you tools to be able to take us with you in your pocket, on your phone, anytime, anywhere through our system. I'm going to demonstrate it to you in a moment. You never have to worry about it. You never have to worry about all the inconvenience of having products in your boot at home when you've had to convert your whole garage into a fridge to store the stuff. You never have to worry about the inconvenience of paper application forms and having to run around and get people to fill them out in pen and then post them up to head office. All the things you hated, all the things you were worried about, gone in the DuePoint system. I challenge you to bring me one thing you're embarrassed about in the DuePoint system. I really do. So far, 2 years down, no one's been able to give me one. Okay, because we've eliminated in our system. So you have nothing to be worried about. Your single task as a wealth engineer is to connect individuals to us. How do you connect them? There's 4 ways. The first way, you can go to our information counter after this presentation and buy one of our USB sticks, 170 Rand. It's got our presentation on it. In your pocket henceforth, you will have a mini-me in your pocket. And you can walk around. None of you watched Austin Powers. Never mind. Go and look it up afterwards. You have a mini-me in your pocket, and you can pull that USB stick out at any time, plug it into a computer, a laptop, or a smart TV, and there we are doing the presentation for you. Full HD. You know, you've got it there. Then, that's the first way. Second way, if you're in the Gauteng area, you can come here and gather in our rooms here. Okay, we're having a little bit of a special at the moment for all my wealth engineers around the country. 1,000 XP for every guest that you bring to this room between Monday and Friday until the 15th of December. Why? Because we want everybody to have seen and felt DuePoint before we start 2018, year number 3 for DuePoint. Okay? So, if you bring a guest here, Monday to Friday, between now and the 15th of November, 15th of December, you get 1,000 XP each. Now, you'll understand what XP is in a minute of your guest, but wealth engineers, connection number 2, the head office. Get you. Now, if you are outside of Gauteng, you can't say this is just for people who live in Gauteng. This is especially for you. You have more incentive than ever to get to the Gauteng head office now. Why? Because your arrival here will give you 2,000 XP and 1,000 XP for every guest that you bring in. So now, you should be organizing a big bus. You know, one of those 70-seaters? That's what you want. You and 69 other people should arrive here, and you will get 71,000 XP. This is more for you than it is for the Gauteng people who have to just drive down. They only get 1,000 per guest. That's all they're going to get. You get the plus 2,000 for your attendance. So make a plan. You've got until the 15th of December. Then we've got everyone in the country alive and aware of what's happening at DuePoint, ready for January 2018. So start making a plan. I want to see you guys getting here. We've worked out that if you bring one guest a day, Monday to Friday, between now and the 15th, if you're in Gauteng alone, you'll get 25,000 XP off of this campaign alone. 25,000 XP for ranking up is some serious business. Okay, so I really want to see this room filling up over the next couple of days. Please, none of this, I'm tired, it's November, I can't do it anymore nonsense. We can do that when we hit December. For the next 23 days, we need to be alive. So, way of connecting people to DuePoint. Number 2, bring people to the head office. Monday through Friday, we present out of here. Monday through Friday. You've got the opportunity to bring people here. The third way of connecting people to DuePoint, your number 1 connection point to DuePoint is our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, you search DuePoint. Every single one of our presentations we've ever made is on that channel. You can go dig through them, find all your favorite ones. And 24 hours a day, no matter where you are or what you are doing, if you want to connect someone to DuePoint, you just click play. Just click play. I was talking to one of our guys, Donnie, you'll see a picture of him a couple of weeks ago, and he said, you know what's fantastic? I spent years having to train people how to get people into networks. I had to teach them the application forms. I had to teach them how to present. I had to show them where to go. I had to teach them all the products. Now I have to show people how to move the mouse. That's all I do at DuePoint. I just move the mouse, click. There, you see. Can you duplicate that? Can you duplicate? Click. Okay. That's all I have to do. At DuePoint, that's all you have to do. Your number one form of connecting people to DuePoint is moving a mouse and clicking play on your favorite video on our YouTube channel, and you've got hundreds to pick from. Then, the fourth way and final way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our live streams. Every day, night times, lunch times, mornings, Monday through Saturday, we go live like we're doing right now, and we broadcast our presentations across the country. So again, no matter where you are, what you're doing, as long as you've got your phone or a tablet and an internet connection, you can connect people to us live. And we can be live in their living rooms, in the coffee shops, at work. One click of a button on your phone. Okay, that's the forward. That's your task. People say to me, Brendan, how do I convince people to come to DuePoint? Say, why are you trying to convince people? You go, do you require additional income? If they say no, you know they're lying. Okay? Because in this economy, if you were in America, maybe you could believe them. Here, no. You do need extra income. Click. There was no convincing, there was no debating, no discussion of products, no discussion about why this one's better than that one. It is, do you require extra income? Click. And they'll go, what about this? You go, shh, click. That's all you do. That is what you do. That is your task as a wealth engineer at DuePoint. Now, as you do this, some of the people you're going to connect to us are going to catch the vision. Not all of them, but some of them. When they do, they're going to want to become wealth engineers. When they become wealth engineers, we connect them to you, and your channel is born. These folk out there do exactly the same thing. They're going to connect some people to DuePoint. Those will become wealth engineers, and we allocate them to you over and over again. And over time, your channel spreads right across the country. We've seen it over and over again at DuePoint. Channels that are multi-provincial, occurring very quickly. You have now penetrated the South African economy for us, DuePoint. You have not sold a single product. Happy days. You have not done one single presentation by yourself. Wonderful. Never been embarrassed. You have not been unfriended on Facebook and blocked on WhatsApp. Okay? All of that has not occurred to you, but you have penetrated the South African economy for us. Now, we come along as DuePoint. We do. Now that we have this channel of distribution you've created for us, we come along and we facilitate the purchase of our products in this channel. And your income is born. Now, what's very important to note is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Okay? Now, this seems to come as the biggest disappointment for most people. We always used to think that it wasn't, by saying we're not a get-rich-quick scheme, we were showing our genuineness, how this was the real deal, which it happens to be. But we realize that most South Africans are only looking for get-rich-quick schemes. What they have not yet realized is that there's no such thing. You are never going to get rich quickly. Only the guy whose website is set up, or the guy in China or Russian prison, or so, he's the only guy getting rich. You will not get rich. And if you earn today, your money will be gone tomorrow. That is not what we're doing at DuePoint. At DuePoint, we have worked tirelessly to create a business, an opportunity, a tool that creates income for you, not once, but every month, reliably and stably. It doesn't matter how much they promise you. Having stable and reliable income will always beat that amount. Now, what you pay for at DuePoint, the price you pay, like I said, because this is real, because it's not a scheme, a scam, a shape, because it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, you pay with time. You're going to have to put time into this business if you want to change your life. It's quite easy to earn a little bit of money. Yeah? You'll see. Most people earn a little bit quite quickly. But if you want to really change your personal economics, your personal financial position, you're going to have to put time, energy, and perseverance in. You're dealing with people here. People. Very disappointing creatures. They're going to make you all sorts of promises. If you brought a guest tonight, wealth engineers, you know, unless you're a new wealth engineer, there's a whole list of promises they're going to make you. They're going to be very excited after this presentation. They are. They're going to shout out of the audience for me to book their ticket to our holiday. They will. Then afterwards, they're going to tell you, watch this space. Okay, that's the phrase. It's the official phrase. Watch this space. They're going to be super excited about everything, and then they're going to do nothing. 80% of the people that come through this presentation are going to do nothing. I don't even know what. We don't stop you. There's no financial strain. Okay? There's no inconvenience or embarrassment. This is a system of complete convenience. We put the two and say, go for it. Go out and make money. And they go, no, thank you. I'm good, thanks. So we split the room, 80-20. There's about 12 of you in each row. And that means 3 of you in each row are going to win. And 9 of you are going to Not win. We don't like calling you losers. We call you not winners, okay? It's like you can't call them students anymore. You have to call them learners. It's the same thing, but it sounds better, okay? Your decision this evening is what side of that line you're on. That's your decision. You're going to make that. Now, those of you who do choose to be part of the 20% and pick up the tool and change their future, there's two ways that we do it at DuePoint. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you $27.50 multiplied by every product payment in your channel made successfully via debit order each month, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment is made. So, for instance, you go out, you chat to a couple of friends. These are your people. Some of them become wealth engineers. Remember, not all of them. Some of them will become wealth engineers. When they do and they pay for their products via debit order, you get $27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand. You might notice that that's better than 10 Rand, 5 Rand, 1 Rand, 12 Rand, 26. I've heard all the numbers from all the continents and countries, okay? Because those are not real numbers. Those are like 1990s numbers. Can you even buy a chappie for like 12 Rand anymore? Eh? I don't think you can. 55 Rand is 21st century numbers. It's significant, it's material, you'll use it, you'll feel it in your personal financial space. Now, these folk go out, they chat to a few more people. Some become wealth engineers, make their product payments. Again, you get $27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand. You've been here 5 minutes. Look there. You've been here 5 minutes. There's a handful of dots on that screen, a handful of people. And you're already earning about 1,000 Rand a month. That's not changing your life, but you're feeling it. I mean, it's an extra thing. We don't ask you to quit your job here, not ever. That'd be ridiculous. Here you're going to add. This is the add-on tool to your life. You now got an extra 1,000 Rand a month. You've been here 5 minutes. Now, if you can persevere, if you can pay with the price of time, your channel will continue to grow as you put thought and energy in. Those of you who do will earn on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. However, we do not limit your potential here. You have unlimited potential as a wealth engineer at DuePoint. From the 8th point on, you always get 4% of $27.50 where you qualify to earn. That means you can build a channel any size. Any size. Pick a number. Depending on the amount of time you're willing to put into this, you can make any size. Sometimes I give examples and numbers, but pick a number. You can make it any size. From the 8th point on, as long as you qualify to earn, you will always get 4% of $27.50. This is how we create that generational legacy I was talking about. You build it to 20 points, you hand it over to your children, they build it to 40 points. They can earn on the entire thing. It's not this, you only earn on 5 points, or you only earn on, no, unlimited potential at DuePoint. It all rests in your hands. And people often say to me, well, Brendan, how does the maths work? How can you pay out to infinity? Because 80% of you are going to do nothing. That's how. The potential sits in your hands. I take the tool, I put it in your hands, and I say, how much of this tool are you going to use? How much of this tool are you going to use? Are you going to just chuck it out, or are you going to make it amazing? That's in your hands. Go to our YouTube channel, watch the training videos on returns and rewards and how to qualify. 2 videos that will change your understanding of DuePoint and change your understanding of how to make money in this world. Now, practically speaking, what does it translate into? People often ask me that question. How many people do I need for 10,000 Rand a month? If I were to earn 10,000 Rand a month, what must I do? Folks, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Every single one of you is going to build at a different rate and in a different way. And so I can't answer that question. But what I can do is some mathematics. We pulled 20 years of data, we worked some maths out, and we said, what would be a reasonable growth rate for someone who's new and actually uses the tool? This is not the people who don't use the tool. You can, the 80%, the 9 in each row, you just ignore this, okay? You just ignore this now. The 20%, you can now follow me on this, okay? And we said, if you raise just a conservative amount of energy in building your channel with us here at DuePoint, then you'd be doing something around 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is our example growth rate. You can grow at any rate you like. You are all going to grow at different rates. But if you were to grow 3 plus 2, which means 3 people in your first month, you've got to put 3 people in your first month, and 2 people every month thereafter. You have to put 2 people in. That's 1 every 2 weeks. Okay, that's not your channel. So for my wealth engineers out there who like to watch their channel grow but don't want to do anything themselves, this also does not apply to you. Ignore it. It won't work out. Okay, you have to put 3 people in your first month, and you have to put 2 people in every other month, including Christmas and November when you're tired. Okay? You've got to put the 2 in as well. If you can do that consistently, every month, with perseverance, month after month after month, then we reckon these are reasonable milestones, conservative estimates of what you could be earning in just our returns program, because that's just the first way you earn. I'm still going to talk about the second way. If you can do it for 6 months, can you do 3 plus 2? 2 people, 1 every 2 weeks for 6 months. If you can, we reckon you'll be on around about 2,500 rand a month. That's 30,000 rand a year. This is on top of your current salary. So draw your mental list up now of all your problems. All the ones you can solve with money. Just draw the list up in your head, start crossing them off. 6 months from now, 2,500 rand every month reliably and stably coming into your income. Okay. If you can do 12 months with us, we reckon you'll be at about 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month. That's a year from now. This time next year, you're earning every month, reliably and stably, 10,000 rand a month. Now you see Facebook comes along and says, 90 days I'll make R1 million. 90 days you'll be on 100,000 rand a month. Yeah, I know. That's not the real thing. This is real. Reliable, stable income, hopefully lifetime income that you create with us here at DuePoint. 1 year from now, you're earning an extra 10,000 rand every month. What does that do to your list of problems? Okay? I often say money, this kind of money is like oxygen. I mean, when you say, I'm earning an extra 10,000 rand, you don't just say, I'm earning an extra 10,000 rand. You say, I'm earning an extra 10,000 rand. Does it not feel like that? Picture your mind now. You get your salary and an extra 10 grand. That's 1 year's worth of. How many of you can survive a year? I don't know. We should make the 3 a red. We should make that red for next year. I'm going to make the 3 red there. And then people can ask me, because there, you see that 3-month mark? That's where you all quit. That's where you all quit. You go, Brennan, I have spoken to everyone. And I go, really? In 90 days you spoke to 51 million people? That's amazing. All right, no, I spoke to my dad and my mom and my uncle and my best friend. They all said no. Folks, they're all going to say no in principle. Your family saying no in principle. It doesn't matter what you do. Bring the car, a new car. Bring it home. Come home and say, Dad, look at my new car. You go, you should have got it in blue. It's a principle exercise. Your parents and your friend, your brother and your sister are never going to say yes. Okay? But you've got an entire nation. You get 51 million tries with the DuePoint system. And you can put the time in. If you put the time in, pay the price, everything changes. We've seen it happen over and over and over again at DuePoint. Lives changed where the decision to put time in has been made. Now, if you can last 2 years with us, 2 years. You were forced to last 2 years with your kid, weren't you? I mean, you had to. You had to put the effort in on your kid for 2 years. You all look surprised. Maybe you didn't. You're like, no, man, 18 months I handed him over. No. Hey, can you do 2 years? Can you? You've done it before. You did 2 years in your career. Have you not? You've done 2 years in your career, yeah? If you can do 2 years with us, 27,000 to 30,000 rand a month. We think that's a reasonable estimate of what you'll be earning here. That's 2019, November 2019. You're earning 30,000 rand a month extra every month on top of your normal salary. 360,000 rand a year. If you can do 3 years with us. Have you done 3 years in your careers? Yes. Look at me, guilty. Don't worry. It's fine. The correct answer is yes. Okay. If you can do that, we reckon you'll be earning around 45 to 50,000 rand a month. 600,000 rand a year. Okay. This is not made up stuff. This is what we feel is quite reasonable, quite conservative. That you can, remember, your task was to just keep putting 2 people in every month. Do you remember that? That's what this math does. Okay. Now, if you can do 4 years with us, we reckon you'll be on about 60 to 65,000 rand a month. 720,000 rand a year. I would imagine at this stage you've quit your job. But I think it could be quite fun not to quit your job at this stage. Hey? You can go to your job and talk to people and say, see this Porsche? Yeah, that's my hobby income. That's my hobby income. If you can do 5 years with us, half a decade. Not 5 months, not 5 weeks, not 5 minutes. Okay, remember all those reasons for quitting in the first 5 minutes? If you can do 5 years with us, half a decade, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning about 80 to 100,000 rand a month. That's R1 million a year. We're already seeing this happen at DuePoint. We're already seeing this happen. And it's happening real quick because we're about 22 months old as a division now. And we've already got people at this level. And I'm telling you, ignore them, you're going to take 5 years. If you knew that for certain, if you knew it was going to take you 5 years, would you still do it? What does your vision of your future look like right now? Right now, what does your future look like? What does anybody in South Africa's vision of their future look like right now? It's dim. I know it's dim. None of you are expecting to be on a yacht in the Mediterranean in the next 5 years. Hey? Any of you expecting to be CEO in the next 5 years earning like 3 million rand a year? No. That's not what we do. As South Africans, we've been suppressed and crushed, have we not? We don't have these expectations anymore. And so I can say to you, if you are willing, if I said to you, you can earn this, would the 5 years be worth it? How many years have you spent in your careers? How many years? 5, 10, 15, 20 as I look around here? Huh? How come you haven't been to your boss and gone, no, enough of this nonsense now. I've been here 15 years and you're still paying me 15,000 Rand a month. We haven't got a lot of options in South Africa. In fact, we think that we don't have any options. It's the reason why we started DuePoint. We have to start putting proper options, not funny, chinky chonk things that come into KZN and Eastern Cape once a month. We're talking real stuff. We needed a real South African solution. Now, if we're going to make it real, it's going to take time. But if you know your future can change, you can have a different vision for the future. Is 5 years not worth it? Let's look at the guys on the ground that are doing it. There are people that believe that it is worth it. Every month, we grab a handful of them and we put them on stage. Next week, Tuesday, I think it's next week, Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, it's Tell All Tuesday. Yeah? Tell All Tuesday is the next batch. Everyone from around the country, we just grab a batch, we put them on the stage. They're part of the 20% that pick up the tool. We can't show everybody, but they're part of them. And we show you what they do. And we show you the potential the tool has and the vision these people have for their future. We started this month with Joe. Unassuming guy, wanted to change his future. Works hard, full-time job all the time. Doesn't have the income, risk appetite, or capability of starting his own business, which he thought was his only other option. Now he can carry on with his career and build with this tool. And look what happens. 13th of May, 5 months ago. 5 months ago. He's got a channel now worth 9,700 Rand a month. Remember I said it would take 6 months to get to 2,500? 5 months to 9,700. This is the potential the tool has. You will choose what outcome you make with the tool. Then we've got Shadrach. Madadeni KZN. He doesn't even get to come to the head office. Although, Shadrach, I'm expecting a bus full of people from you here in the next 25 days. Okay? For your 1,000 XP per guest. Okay? He's building this business using our remote tools. And everything about DuePoint is online. It's a system of convenience. Remember, in your pocket, the whole of DuePoint exists in here. The whole of it. You don't ever have to come back to the head office if you don't want to. It's all in here. That's what he's using to build his channel. He started about 5.5 months ago. Shall we call it 6 months ago? 6 months ago, he's got a channel worth 13,000 Rand a month. 13,000 in 6 months. I said to you it would take a year to get to 10,000, 9 to 10,000. It was going to be November next year. He's already there right now. Right now. Remember we spoke about the oxygen? Oxygen. That's what he's got right now. You're still waiting for the tank. Okay. Then we've got Nompilo, Port Shepstone. Port Shepstone, for goodness sake. Huh? And she's getting serious down there. If you go to our YouTube channel, go find her testimony. Hear how she's using the DuePoint system to change her future. Also, 5 months ago, 15,000 Rand in 5 months. Now, Gautengers, you have no excuse. You've got the head office, you've got the team here, you've got everything. Port Shepstone is about the furthest point away you can get to. Huh? And look at what Nompilo's doing with her business, changing her future. Then we've got Zongaziwe. Joined us 5 months ago. Got a channel worth 25,000 Rand a month. A channel worth 25,000 Rand a month in 5 months. Now, have you tried going to your boss recently and said, I want a 5,000 Rand increase a month going forward? You must tell me how that conversation goes. Okay? But Zongaziwe has picked up the tool, made some tough decisions, and works really hard to get it. You might not get there. You might not. I want to say you're not going to get there, but then I get in trouble, you see. This lady works 8 hours a day on building her channel. You might not have 8 hours a day to build your channel. You might have 1 hour a week. Then you cannot look at this and go, 5 months from now, I'm going to be on 25,000 Rand, because you are not. Okay? And then what we happen is we have people going, this doesn't work. I'm 5 months in. I'm only earning 2,000 Rand a month. I quit. Folks, what did I tell you? 6 months to 2,500 Rand a month. That is a realistic target to aim for. Okay? This is not. This is a demonstration of the potential that this tool has. You can make it anything you like, but every one of you are going to have to fit this tool into the circumstances of your life. And it means that each one of you are going to grow at a different rate. But look what you can do with this tool when you set your mind to it. Now go to our YouTube channel. Go watch the testimonies, video testimonies of these people. They'll tell you what they've had to do, how they've done it, how they fit it into their jobs, their families, their lives, and how it's already changing everything about their future. Go and watch the testimonies. You don't have to hear it from me. You can hear it from them. Folks, that's the first way you earn. The second way you earn is through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program is our training program. Our training program, folks, takes you step by step from beginner to expert in how to do this business. As you complete the steps in this program, you gain XP points. Remember I was talking about the 1,000 XP that we've got currently going on? The XP points are experience points. They accumulate as you train, as you grow here at DuePoint. They're not worth rands and cents. They are simply a measure of your experience with us here at DuePoint. However, as you get more experience, naturally your channel grows. And where you meet the 2 criteria in our training program, we rank you up. And when we rank you up, we reward you. In the beginning, with a little bit of cash. As time passes, the cash gets a bit more serious. And then, from rank 5, we start to equip you with tools. Tools we know you're going to need in the construction of your channels. Rank 5, you get a lightning memory stick imported from the States, plugs into all electronic devices, and it's got all of our presentations, downloads, tools, testimonies, everything that you need in this business on that, so that you can be connecting people to DuePoint anytime, anywhere. Rank 7, we give you your own set of imported business cards worth 12,500 Rand. One set of business cards worth 12,500 Rand. It's gold gilded, gold printed, custom made on paper, chewed by the Tibetans for 100 years before they put it into paper. No, I'm kidding. But nonetheless, it's imported paper. This is the Ferrari of business cards. It's not like the special you can get down the road here, corner of William Nicol and Witkoppen. No, that's not what this is. It goes to 3 printers. Takes us 6 weeks to have it made for you. Gold leaf. Gold leaf. That's not my gold cookie from my office there. Gold leaf. When you hand this to people, it has an interesting psychological effect on them. It's a little bit like when you see the Ferrari keys on the table. You want to know whose Ferrari is that. When people see these business cards, they want to know who's DuePoint and what you're doing with them and for them. It is a wonderful tool for connection. Go and talk to these guys. Find them afterwards. They'll show you their cards. Go and look at our glass cabinet. You can see what they look like. At rank 9, for those of you who've worked all the way through to rank 9, from rank 0, which is where you all are right now, when you get to rank 9, every year that you maintain your channel size, we take you and your family away on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid trip every year for the rest of your life. All right, so we've spoken about financial freedom this evening. Now we talk about the ability to exercise that financial freedom in starting to move around the world with DuePoint. Now we go every year. We're going in December this year. We're going over the new year, not some kind of like middle of winter when you get all the cheap specials. No, no, no. We're going over New Year's Eve to one of the finest hotels in Mauritius this year. Next year we might go somewhere else, but this is where we're going this year. And we've got 2 planes full of people coming with us. Okay? So again, it's not like, nobody makes it. No, we've got people doing this already. The decision now is whether you want to come with us. Now, what did we work it out as? I think it's like 49 days before we leave. For you to go rank 9 in 49 days would be absolutely amazing. I am happy to witness that amazingness. But I think it's unlikely. But what's wonderful about the DuePoint system is that this is an accumulating system. You don't have to be all downtrodden now about not being able to make it. You don't re-qualify every year. What you do in the next 49 days, the next 60 days to the end of this year, is what you start on the 1st of January next year. I already heard today that someone was all like, oh, Brendan said I'm not going, and so I quit. I'm like, what? You didn't listen to sentence number 2. Sentence number 2 is that you need to keep going. Because every year that you work, you are taking a step closer and closer and closer to rank 9. Those of you who persevere will go rank 9. You will go rank 9. But if you quit, you won't go rank 9. You've got to put down, you've got to get your shoulder to the wheel, and you've got to make the decision, see the vision. There's the goal. There it is. I'm going to be there. And when you make it, you don't get it once. You get it every year that you maintain your channel size going forward. In DuePoint, we are creating the real solution, the real one, not the ones you've seen before. This is the real South African solution to our economic position. Now, because you're not coming with us, we thought that wasn't fair not to show you where we're going. So we got a little video that we're going to show you of the exact location we're going this December. Okay, here we go.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
Hmm? 49 days away. Looks like it should be okay. Are you coming with? There's a whole lot of people coming with. Next year's your chance, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after. You never have to quit at DuePoint. You have to persevere. You've done it in your own careers. You've wasted years. Have you not? It's time to start putting something that's in your control to work every day. At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented through us. You don't finance it through us. We don't give it to you and take it away. That's a nightmare situation. No. It's your car. We want you to build your future with it. We run every month what we call wealth quests. They're little training exercises for you to do. Every month they teach you a different aspect of your channel. Try to get you to develop them in sustainable manners. And every month, everybody who completes the training criteria is rewarded with tools we know you're going to need. Some months it's iPads, iPhones, smart TVs, data and Wi-Fi routers, cash, all the bits and pieces. You can create an entire toolkit off of what you can be rewarded with through our training program, through our XP Rewards programs each month. This month, we're running the Come Fly With Me challenge. What we want our wealth engineers to be doing this month is working on duplicating themselves in their channels, getting someone else in their channel to start using the XP Rewards program, to start growing and ranking up in our system. So there's two things you've got to do. First of all, you've got to find a new person, put them in your channel, and get them qualified. Watch the training videos on how to do that. Super simple. Then we want you to take somebody who was already on your first point, and we want you to get them to rank up. There's certain criteria around that. Go and read those criteria either on your app or on our website. If you can do those two things this month, you get yourself a brand new smart TV. Okay, It's not a little one like this. It's like this. That's what you're going to get. Everyone who completes the criteria this month will get that smart TV. What a Christmas present. Huh? What, definitely worth going for, guys. If you're battling to understand the wealth quest, please come and speak to me or speak to your lead wealth engineers. Make sure you get it so that you can do it. We've still got plenty of time. It's the 7th of November. You've still got 23 days to get this done and to get that TV to you. Now, that's not for watching movies on. Eh? You know, it's not for watching movies on. It's for connecting people to DuePoint, is it not? That's right. All right, now come. Let's get it for Christmas. I want to see you guys on fire for that one. People ask me where we get the money from to run DuePoint, the way we do it. Well, everything's built into our product prices. Folks, in the traditional space, insurance and financial services, the banks and the insurance companies spend hundreds of millions every year advertising to you in every way, shape, and form. TV, billboards, radios, you name it, they advertise to you. They take the cost of that, they build it into your monthly product price. Your banking fees, your funeral cover, your car cover, your life insurance, whatever you're paying for, in it is next month's marketing. Now, we've done exactly the same thing here at DuePoint. The only difference is we don't do any advertising. You're never going to see or hear a single advert about DuePoint. No, we use you. We use you. So instead of paying the money to SABC and DSTV, we now have the money available to pay to you and your channels. We then come along as DuePoint, not you, we. And we facilitate the purchase of 3 products into your channels of distributions you've created for us. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 299 Rand a month, and for 299 Rand a month, you get 2 independent products. The first one is your very own tax-free investment account. Tax-free investment account. This is a no-notice, no-restriction period investment account, which means that whatever money's in there, you can draw out at any time without delay or cost. We take 100 Rand of your 299, we put it in your investment account every single month. This is not a savings account. You do not get interest on it. You are now a shareholder. That money goes into the stock exchange, and you buy, well, you, not you, but the investment managers buy shares on your behalf that you now own, and your money will move with the markets. We thought this was a far better solution for you, getting South Africans into the economy of South Africa. Now shareholders. That's the first product. For the other 199 Rand, you get 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover with us. So if you pass away from an accident at the end of this year, your beneficiary is going to get your investment balance and 110,000 Rand. I say the end of this year because, you know, the carnage and et cetera, over Christmas. 45,000 deaths. I've got a statistical chance of being right. All right, then the second product that we facilitate the purchase of is our Wealth Guard product. Our Wealth Guard product is 274 Rand a month. For 274 Rand a month, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no deferred benefit periods, no medical examinations or declarations, and no maximum age limit. You can have this product until your last breath. Now, folks, this is not a funeral cover. It's not a life cover. We don't cover natural causes and illness here because that prevents us from doing our primary objective. Our primary objective, if you remember, is to put income in the hands of South Africans. If we start allowing people, if we put illness cover or natural causes into our products, it means that when you bring people here that have pre-existing conditions, we can't underwrite them. Cancer, AIDS, STDs, hypertension, diabetes, or we're going to say we can't underwrite them, and therefore they cannot be in your channels, and you're not able to build your income. But now, our products can be had by every single person in South Africa, no matter their circumstances. Our third product is our Wealth Points program. Our Wealth Points Buyers Club is 274 Rand a month to be a member, and for the 274 Rand, you get access to all of the suppliers that we've negotiated prices with, account managers, vouchers, packages, deals, all sorts of things with. You get access to it. We're a corporate. We get rates you can't get. We get account managers you can't get. We get packages you can't get. And we can put them together for you. As a member of a 274 Rand a month, you remember, you get access to the whole lot. This is not like one of those other programs where you actually have to go to the gym before you can use it. Or you have to go and buy coffee before you can use it. You get the whole lot whether you use it or not. The amount of value in this product is astronomical. Go and look at all the different suppliers we have there and understand how you can change your whole spending pattern at home, again, affecting your personal economic position. We love this product. It's our non-financial, non-insurance product. That is DuePoint, ladies and gentlemen. You have survived. All right, kind of, last minute. You have to make a decision. Patrick and Poon, please lock the doors. We have to make a decision this evening. Wherever you are, wealth engineers, please lock the doors. You're forced to make a decision tonight. And the decision is simple. It's not really DuePoint or not DuePoint. It's about whether you want to change how you earn income. Are you willing to step out of the box that you're in? Do you believe that what you're in has a future for you right now? Or do you want to change your future? That's the decision you're going to make tonight. If you want to become a wealth engineer, there's no risk. Not a single cent will pass from your pockets this evening. You're going to go away. You're going to go to our website. You're going to use your phone or your tablets or our iPads, DuePoint.net. That's our website. You're going to click apply, fill the form out. You're a wealth engineer. We'll send you a W number. That's the birth of your channel. That's your tool that's now in your hand, that W number. And you will decide whether you're going to chuck it in the bin on the way out or whether you're going to change your future with it. That's a decision you're going to make. If you're serious about this business, get the tools. This is not a profit center for us. This is just the tools. Go to the information counter or order them at info@DuePoint.net. The USB stick with the presentation on, 170 Rand. It's like a primary tool. The business cards, you don't have to pay 12,500 Rand. I'll give you that set when you hit rank 7. This set is a beautiful set of 500 cards for you, custom made. We get great prices because we order them on bulk. Beautiful, perfect for getting you started in this business. Rob always says, don't even talk to me if you don't have the business cards because you're not being serious about this business. And then get the battery. This is the backup battery for your phone. Can I tell you why? Because every night, I say this every night, and every night without fail, someone comes to the front and goes, oh, my phone's died, I can't fill the application form out. Folks, this is your business. Your phone is now your business. You want battery power to get through there. You can purchase it. And, of course, it's a great conversation starter. Hey, where did you get that backup battery from? What's DuePoint? Who's DuePoint? Bang. You're connecting people to DuePoint. Get the tools if you're serious about this business. And then, folks, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's your number one connection to us. Do you remember? If you've never used YouTube, today is your first day or forever. You have to get into it. It costs you nothing. It's free to subscribe, and it lets you know the moment we go live every day and the moment we load videos. You'll know if you subscribe. You won't if you're not. Then we want you to download our free app, use our free Wi-Fi, put it on your phone, on your tablets. Our app plugs you into your channel, 365 in real time. You can see minute by minute what's going on in your channel. Your tools are there. Your training, ladies and gentlemen, wealth engineers, wherever you are, watch the training. Remember, you click tools and watch the training on the app. It's critical if you want to succeed in this business. You've got all your personal documentation and detail on the app. Download it. Once you've got the app on your phone, you're going to see your name in the top corner. Click your name. When you click your name, your profile will come up. Click on the picture spot in the middle. Take a picture of yourself, neck and head. Not kids, dogs, family, cars, not the sun setting in the background. I've seen them all. You must see our system is fantastic. Neck and head. This is your business profile picture. Stick it in. When you do that, you get 1,000 XP for taking that photo. 1,000 XP is rank 1's XP done. Rank 1's XP done. Just by taking that profile pic. Do it tonight. Wherever you are, wealth engineers, take your picture. It's 1,000 XP you can't afford to miss. All right, then folks, we get excited about this business. People get excited. They run out, they do all the wrong things. So I want to try to stop you doing the wrong things. We have a code of conduct. I want you to read the code of conduct. But if you remember nothing from that code of conduct, remember the next 5 things. First of all, do not become a wealth engineer if you can't afford to. There are costs involved. Data. You're going to be using that. There's no paper brochures, no paper application forms there. Everything's online. You need to be able to budget for data every month. You're going to be traveling. You're going to be connecting people. You're moving. That's going to cost you money. There's costs involved in this business. Don't become a wealth engineer if you can't afford to. Do not become a wealth engineer if you do not have a smartphone and are not connected to the internet. You can't do this business then. How are you going to fill out the application form? How are you going to connect people to us if you don't have the internet? Okay? These are things you need. And do not become a wealth engineer if you can't move. You have to connect people. If you have to rely on everybody else to move you around, and you can't do this business. Now, if you can do this business, and you do become a wealth engineer, the number one thing I don't want you to ever do is fill out the application form on behalf of somebody else. In our application form, you have to sign that says, I agree to the terms and conditions of becoming a wealth engineer. I give you authority to debit my bank account. I agree to the terms and conditions of the products I have purchased. How can you sign that on behalf of somebody else? It is a criminal offense. It's fraudulent. It could end up putting you in jail. Let's not do that. Let's rather find the right people who will build your channel and have no problem filling out the form online. Those are the people that you want to put into your channels. Then, folks, do not put any direct family into your channel. If people live in the same, this is the rule. If people live in the same house as you, and they are your family, they may not be in your channel. You then need to if they're desperate to become DuePoint Wealth Engineers, put them in the channel of the person who invited you to DuePoint, okay? If your sons and daughters and aunts and uncles live around the country in other houses, it's fine. Then they can go in your channel, okay? Then, folks, do not run out of here and do any advertising on behalf of DuePoint. You are not DuePoint. No DuePoint Facebook pages. You can use your Facebook page to personally engage with people, no problem. But you don't start DuePoint Gauteng, DuePoint Mpumalanga, DuePoint Help Desk, DuePoint. You are not DuePoint. You will have many phone calls from my client service staff. 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, again at 5, again at 6. They will keep calling you until that page goes down. It is in breach of our code of conduct. Do not advertise DuePoint. Connect with people. Face-to-face connections. And then, folks, don't send people to DuePoint's head office if you don't come with them. We do not look after your guests. We don't. That's not our job. They're your job. That's your one task, connecting people to us. So bring them and come with them when you bring people to our head office. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pushing now the last 60 days of this year. It's not even 60 days. It's like the last 50 days of this year. Rob and I are not here the whole of December. We are here up until about the 15th of December. So we have like a last chance now to get your channels in for some real personalized training. We call it Teamworks. Teamworks is where you as a wealth engineer book with Rob or I, and we do a personal training session with you and your channel. It doesn't get any better than that. It's solid gold stuff. And if you're aware of our XP Rewards program, you get experience for running Teamworks meetings with us. You get XP that goes towards your training. Book a training session with us around the country again. None of this is just for Gauteng nonsense. You know, we have the technology to live stream into your living room. Gather your friends, gather your channel, and we will train them in your living room live. You'll be able to ask us questions live, and we'll do the training for you. So everyone around the country, wealth engineers, if you're serious about having your teams ready for 2018, then you have a very small window right now to book a Teamworks meeting with us, or two, between now and the middle of December, so that we can get your guys on fire for 2018 and for pushing through December as well. So please, guys, we expect to see lots of people booking Teamworks meetings with us. Let's get your teams at their maximum potential. Guys, 23 days left. If you're serious now about changing your future, we pay our returns and rewards about the middle of the month, every month. That means that for November, your last payment of this year is coming through in the middle of December. After that, you'll earn in January, February, March, April, May. But your last payment for 2017 will be the middle of December. You've got enough time between now and the end of November to make a reasonable amount of money. Big wealth engineers, you've got an opportunity to make a large amount of money in the next 23 days. That'll get paid to you in the middle of December, 7 days before Christmas. How good would it be to have income coming in 7 days before Christmas this year? Are you too tired now in November for money? You're too tired for money. Okay, that's fine. If you're too tired for money. But if you can see through that and go, I got 23 days to make this my best Christmas ever, well then, it's time to really get going with DuePoint. We're watching this phenomenon roll out across the country right now. Thousands of people, thousands a month are joining DuePoint. We want you to get involved in that now. We want you involved in that. We're serious about being part of a permanent economic solution in South Africa. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us. We had to answer the questions ourselves before we started. Come and ask us. Ask the people who brought you here tonight. But we want to see some serious action from South Africans now. Some serious action. Guys, thank you very much. I'm going to see you all outside. And thanks for all of you who've tuned in live tonight.